ripping and roasting. Yeah, that's what we do. Set 'em up, knock 'em down, make that cherry glow. Whiskey and cigars, the gentleman's cologne.
Cheers, y'all.
All right, I'm just going to say, I have no idea how this is going to go. Well.
Holding it together.
Yeah,
just
that was good.
barely.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast, and video extravaganza, known internationally as
Mom.
the world-famous Smokin' and Toastin'. It's show number 443, and we are all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. On today's show, we will talk about our expensive cigars, the new normal, and we'll get into a bit of
I
that.
just want to point out, you kind of remind me of a dog.
Okay, so
Because your voice is
if I may,
rough.
if I may, it was January of 1994. I was watching a football game on television. I was watching the Dallas Cowboys play the New York Giants. And Emmitt Smith was running back for the Cowboys at that
guy was a
time.
beast.
He was one of the greatest running backs to ever touch a football.
I hated it because I'm a Pittsburgh fan.
Right, so he, regularly dashed your hopes upon the rocks.
Yes.
But Emmitt Smith got injured in that game and separated his right shoulder and continued to play through the injury, score another touchdown, and it was hugely important because it was an overtime victory for the Cowboys, and it clinched the NFC East title for them in that game. And Emmitt Smith, I still remember watching him like with one
arm
shoulder just kind of
dangling.
hanging, and
Yes.
he's just running. And so that is what has inspired me to do the show today, because I'm playing hurt, guys. I'm playing hurt. This is not from drinking, at
It's a
least as
long
far as I know.
explanation, my
but
friend.
I've just got, I don't know what's going on with my voice. I woke up this morning and it was like this. Actually, it was worse. It's gotten a little better. At first, I was like, I don't know if I can do the show, and then I was like, I think I can probably do the show. I don't know if I can do the well, but I gave it my best shot. So
When you say I woke up this morning, you sound like a blues guy.
That's true. That's true. Do that again.
Woke
Do
up
that.
this
Do that. I woke up this morning thing.
Before my wife left for work this morning, I always try to do like Barry White stuff, to just try to see if I can get her in the mood. And I was like, "Hey, baby, tell me a secret."
There you go. See?
I don't know. I don't want to know about just any secret. I want to know about that special secret. It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It works.
I remember back in my high school days, there was this. I grew up a little, in the shadow of San Antonio, and the guy that did the concert commercials when a rock band was coming to town, he had this big booming voice. It was like the monsters of rock.
Oh,
And anytime I would get like this kind of a voice, I would be like, AC/DC will rock your soul.
You have to do monster truck voice.
Yeah,
Right?
the monster trucks. So anyway, that's a very inauspicious debut to the show today. But we are here, and we're gonna play through the injury and do our best on the program today. We're gonna be
Today's intro was like no other.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're going to be tasting some beers. And I will
beer.
admit, by the way, I'm already tasting the whiskey because Ian pointed out to me that it might help with the voice thing. And I don't know if it's helping with the voice at all, but I love you guys.
Here's the thing.
If I could just say, I love you
If you have a
guys.
rough voice and you sip a little bit of whiskey, just a little bit of whiskey, right? It will generally help with any issues you have in your throat. If you have coughs or having to clear the throat all the time. But if it doesn't help with all that, it'll definitely help with your attitude.
Yeah, like I said, I love you guys. I think you're awesome. The whiskey that I'm sipping on is what we're going to be trying and talking about. It's Rittenhouse Rye, bottled in bond. It's 100 proof, and this is the bottle right here. As you can tell, I've already cleared the neck, and so this is important. So we'll get to that as the program continues. We'll also be trying some beers here from Structures Brewing out of Bellingham, Washington. We'll be trying their American lager called Plainsman. Like
That sounds good.
Plainsman, like guy on a horse, Plainsman. From a brewery tried their beers on the show before, and I don't think we've ever had one we didn't rave about. From Anchorage Brewing,
Oh, yeah.
out of Anchorage, Alaska, we'll be trying their Heartfelt IPA.
Nice.
Heartfelt. And they do a lot of different IPAs, and they just seem to nail them all. They really are
They
good.
do. Anchorage does. Oh no, is that North Coast?
I think you're thinking North Coast. Yeah.
Narwhal is the one I'm
Narwhal
thinking.
is North Coast,
That's
yeah.
North Coast.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then from Johnson City, New York. And a brewery, we've never had one of their beers before. They're called Beer Tree Brew. We'll be trying their breakfast stout that's called, and I
Beer
love this,
Tree.
Morning Timber.
Nice.
Not just morning wood, but
Morning
morning
timber.
timber. Yeah. Yeah.
It
As
implies
in,
a larger piece of wood.
as in stand back, I don't know how big this thing gets. So excited about trying the Morning Timber beer. That should be good. We're going to talk about some cigars. What are you talking about? What cigar are you talking about today, my friend?
Today I'll be talking about West Tampa Tobacco Company Red.
Ooh, nice. I've had West Tampa cigars, and I really like them.
Yeah, this was a Toro coming in at 6x52 and right at $10, I think.
So you smoked that. You'll be telling us about it.
Yeah, I'll
That's
be telling you
exciting.
all about it.
I will
$11.
I
Sorry.
will be sharing a cigar experience with you guys. A very different cigar from Ian's. I smoked the Drew Estate Chateau Real Connecticut Toro.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Nice.
Lighter than my usual cigar, but we'll see how it plays out. So we'll be getting to all of that in the show. Plus, we'll be bringing you our regular features here on the program, including drinking news in our second segment. Drinking news is where we bring you a story from the news that is ostensibly true. We believe it to be true. It's reported by the regular media.
Nobody on the internet would lie.
Yeah, that's right. We found it on the internet, so it's gotta be true. Yeah. But the drinking news teaser headline for today, and drinking news stories are often, but not always, about drinking, but they are always best to listen to them if you've been drinking. And with my voice, I'll have had plenty of whiskey by then. So our drinking news teaser headline today: Man brings baseball bat to a gunfight. So we'll get to that in the second hour of the show. We'll also be bringing you our drunken fact. These are good facts to share at parties if you want to sound like some sort of a know-it-all. And
Erudite, if you will.
Impress the ladies. Our drunken fact teaser headline for today. Dude, you're full of cubes. So we'll explain that and what all of that means as we get to it as well.
You got to have fun coming up with these teasers sometimes.
The teasers sometimes are funnier than the actual things. So I'm very proud, actually, of the teasers. We also started something last week that will continue on the program, and I'm not going to put you on the spot to do it right now, Terry.
Oh no,
but-
I mean whenever you're ready.
Oh,
it
you're
doesn't
ready?
matter. Yeah, I mean
He's got his finger on the.
I have. Yeah, I mean.
Well, we always talk about how we do authentic sound effects. When we open it, you hear a beer being opened on the show, an
We're
actual
opening a
beer
yes.
has
We're
been opened.
sacrificing an actual beer.
That's right. And we generally do that, A, for authenticity, but B, and perhaps more importantly, because the company that owns us is too cheap to buy a sound effects library.
That's
However,
right. We got to talk to the boss about that.
well, they recently did.
Oh, that's
And-
right.
And so I asked Terry, since we have this sound effects library, maybe we should celebrate that by doing the sound effect of the week. So Terry will pull out a random
I
sound effect.
remember because you nailed this one last week,
Yeah,
and I didn't even have a
didn't-
chance,
and
so I
didn't
just
even
blocked
need-
it out
so,
of my head.
So I'm going to let you go first this time, just in
nailed it
case.
so quickly
Because I
last
really
week.
didn't know, but
And-
I just like that sounded like a
And to
body
be
hitting
honest,
the floor.
I didn't listen to this.
All
I
right.
just know what it is, and so we're gonna see how hard this
All
one
right,
is.
so
to
Terry's the
guess.
only one who knows
All right, and
what
I get
this
to
is.
guess first?
You get to guess
All right,
first.
squeaky shoe.
All right, close. Here we go. That would have been hilarious if you would have nailed
Oh,
it.
my God.
Like, not even like,
I would have been like, okay.
okay, we're this bit.
If
what am
you
I
had,
doing?
I'd be like, okay, dude, what's in the Epstein files? Because you clearly know stuff. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Can you play it a little louder?
Yes.
Okay, that's better.
Is that like? It almost feels like stepping in leaves.
No?
No.
I was going to say rattling a sandwich bag.
what it is. You're. It's a little more
Is it a
specific.
potato
than that,
chip
but
bag?
yes,
Wow.
it is pretty much. You are.
Is it a potato chip bag?
No, he was right. It was a sandwich bag, but it's just closing a sandwich bag. That's all it is.
Closing a
Not the sip
sandwich
kind,
bag.
but just closing the sandwich.
Yeah,
bag.
I was gonna say I don't actually know what that sounds like because I always do the zip one.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. You literally you're a sound. I mean,
Yeah, dude,
How are
what's
you
going on
getting
with you?
this?
I don't know. It's a side effect of the voice thing. It heightens other senses, I suppose. And
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
closing.
He's the
a
sound
sandwich
effects
bag.
whisperer. This is why he felt like he didn't need to pay for
It's
them.
officially called bag plastic sandwich clothes.
I would like to just dedicate this win, as well as last week's, to the nurse at my high school when I was growing up, who, when I would go in for my hearing test, where you raise the finger.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. She told me she was expecting me to not do well because she knew I rode around in my car listening to that loud rock and roll music.
That loud rock and roll
Yeah,
music.
yeah. So, and then I aced the hearing test. So that's
Aced
dedicated
the
to you, Mrs. Carmichael.
That's right.
So,
You did. You aced them. I mean,
yeah,
that's good.
yeah. Wow,
That's good.
Honestly, it was just a guess.
Were you good at those ones when, like, the morning show used to say, "Hey, we put something in a can and we're gonna rattle it around, and then you
Yeah.
have to guess what it is." In
Oh
there.
no, I would always be terrible at those.
Speaking of high school guidance counselors, I'm amazed that you remember your name, and if you're just making it up,
Well,
that's okay.
that was the nurse, but the
But,
guidance counselor, I don't know if I
I
remember her
think
name.
my
I'm so
whole
mad at
time
her.
in high school, I saw my guidance counselor exactly twice, and I don't even remember why.
Did they give you any guidance?
Not that I remember, like nothing that I can remember at all.
I'm not surprised. There's a lot about my high school I don't remember as well. So, the thing I remember the most is we had like almost an hour for lunch, and my buddies and I would go out to my car because I had a crappy car with a great stereo in it.
Oh, yeah.
And we would go out to my car and listen to The Wall by Pink Floyd all the way through at lunchtime.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I remember about school. That's what I retained.
That's what I learned.
We don't need no education. That's all I'm saying. Hey, let's see if we can sneak in the beverage of mystery here before the end of the segment.
All right,
Terry, you
let's
wanna
go. Let me
you wanna
turn
play
that
us out here?
Yes, here we go.
The beverage of mystery. So, beverage of mystery is where one of us will bring a beverage of some sort in. It's sometimes a seltzer, sometimes a canned cocktail, sometimes it's it could even be Malort. Who knows? But
It's generally something that isn't obviously just a whiskey or beer.
true. Although I think we have had some beers.
We have,
maybe
and
some
we
whiskeys,
have
yeah.
had some whiskeys.
But generally speaking, you're right. It's not that. And the only person who knows what it is, the person what brung it, that would be me. So let's.
And I got a lot of it. I don't know if that's good or bad.
You guys talk.
I
'cause
smell
may have to
like-
sneeze.
I smell like it's almost like a cherry.
Yeah, it has a nice fruity.
It smells
fruity-
really good.
Yeah, nice fruity.
I
smell.
think we said this about a previous one, but almost like cherry lifesaver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is delightful.
Really? Because I think you hated last time's.
No, there's no sweetness to this whatsoever.
Yeah,
You're right,
but-
it's
Has
not
a
sweet
hint
at
of
all.
what a cherry, somewhere between cherry and strawberry.
Yeah, but I don't know.
There's no sweetener aftertaste because there's no sweetener
Now, usually Terry likes the beverage of mystery better than we do.
because it's not sweet.
But you're right. This one is not sweet at all.
It's
so-
not sweet at all, and it's okay that it's not sweet. I guess it's okay. It's
If
just
you put
there's some-
17 grams of sugar in this 4-ounce glass, he would like it.
there's like a hint of piney bug spray at the end. I don't know for me in there. Like
I don't
it's
get that. This
okay,
tastes fine.
but I
This tastes like just seltzer water. It tastes like the what I like to call fizzy water that I drink a lot of
Yeah,
times, like LaCroix. You know,
It does taste like a fizzy water.
There's-
Yeah.
it
I
does-
like Waterloo.
I don't get any alcohol taste in it.
You get any alcohol, Terry?
no, I don't get any alcohol. I get some sort of piney, like I say, there's an extra something other than just the cherry.
So-
but there's no sweetness
There
at
is,
all.
but I think it's fine.
It's
So
no sweetness
Terry,
at all.
Terry.
I'm going to guess what it is.
All right, what is it?
I think it's a THC drink thing.
This has to be.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys. Are
Absolutely
Good. You have
has
a
to
question
be.
for me, Ian?
Is that a beverage of mystery in your pocket, or are you just happy to be here?
We had a THC infused seltzer called Buddy, Buddi.
Okay.
So,
Buddy.
so
Get
yeah,
it?
so you're getting that
Okay.
little bit of piney from the THC, but the
And it's called Strawberry Fields.
okay, this tastes fine.
10 milligrams of THC.
Like this is the best tasting THC drink I think we've ever had in
I
here.
think the piney that you're getting though is the
THC. Now that you've
yeah.
said that, it makes sense. And yeah,
And it's actually kind of good, and I'm just going to be a wreck by the end of the show. I can just tell.
it'll
you.
be good for your throat.
Let's hope so. We are going to take a break. We will come back and bring you more. It's Smoking and Toasting. We'll talk cigars next. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. Ian suggested
those things.
that I drink some of our whiskey today to see if it will help with my voice. So I've been doing that. It has not helped yet, but I am not giving up.
Ian always, you know what? Ian always like suggests more whiskey.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what it is. So if you need if it hasn't worked yet, more
Yeah.
whiskey.
Ian,
You know, if
I'm
whiskey
feeling a little
isn't-
dizzy here.
if-
More whiskey.
If whiskey isn't working, then you can turn it into a cocktail by putting a piece of ice in it.
I might do just that before we're done. Welcome back to the show. It is show number 443. My name is Cruz. My co-host is Ian Barry. We have Terry Michaels behind the wheels of steel, and Adam in the sky, our producer, taking care of putting it all together. Ian, do you have an opportunity to smoke anything interesting?
I
this
did. I
week?
sat on my patio last night and enjoyed a West Tampa Tobacco Company Red. This is a Toro 6x52 with a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan filler from Condega and Esteli. The appearance, espresso brown wrapper, uneven texture with some veins, shiny, oily, leathery to the touch, very firm feel overall. Hefty cigar. You know, sometimes you pick one up and you're like, oh, that's got some bones to it. Single band red logo. And then the pre-light sniff on this Barnyard and Grains. I got some classic tobacco and fermented hay. The pre-light draw, I used a V-cut.
Did you say plastic tobacco?
Classic tobacco.
Oh, sorry. I misheard. My bad.
Plastic tobacco. I don't know where that comes from. The pre-light draw, V-cut, medium draw, dark bread, cereal, leather on the lips is what I was getting out of that. The initial light on this got the Nicaraguan pepper blast with a little bit of bacon chocolate in there. Cayenne and a mousse-like creaminess right behind it. Deep, rich earth was the anchor that held everything in place. The retrohale was sweet and woody with some pepper. All that on the retrohale. I was like, this thing is nice. The first third of the settling into a spicy, sweet chocolate bomb, backed by rich earth and dark berries. Cocoa and pepper ranging from black to cayenne or even a smoky achoti with an underlying donut sweetness to it. Retrohale is peppery and sweet with a slight wood fire note. Solid ash, perfect burn. Moving on, proposed pairing, dark beer or Belgian-style ale.
Nice.
Just due to all the complexity going on, I actually was drinking a St. Arnold Summer Ale with this. It did not go well with it at all. So I finished that, and then I moved on and went inside and did my whiskey sniff.
Yeah.
The Penderyn Sherry Cask won this one.
Ooh,
and
nice.
boy, was it a nice pairing.
That's great.
The second third of the cigar, sweet, gritty cocoa blended with pepper spice and on a bed of rich earth and dark berries. Whiskey really brings out the woody notes in this. The retrohale is warm cocoa and pepper, the wood with a wood fire note at the end. Solid ash, good burn. I put 3/4 here for some reason instead of 3 out of 3. So we're missing about half of a fifth. Leather on the lips with a slight tingle on the last third of this. A pleasant, sweet, and spicy aftertaste lingers long. Retrohale is sweet and spicy. This cigar comes in at $11 on our price to quality scale, which basically.
A 5 means you get what you pay for.
Yeah, 5 means you get what you pay for. You're getting exactly what you pay for here. This is a great cigar at $11. I will be buying more of these.
So back in January, February, March, April, May, back in May, I reviewed this same cigar on the show, and I was looking back at my notes while you were talking about it, and which is interesting because usually you review them before I do.
It's the other way around.
It's the other way around. But I said a lot of the same things that you said about flavor, but I had problem with the draw. and that kind of messed up the cigar for me. I wound up giving it a 4, but I said that I had gone on the internet to see if anybody, that had reviewed this had talked about having a problem with the draw, and they all said excellent construction, no issues. So I gave it a 4. I said, but with the caveat that I think the draw issues on this one may have been an outlier, and your experience will most likely be better. So I'm glad yours was.
Yeah, I know. Mine was fantastic. Draw wise, it was just fine.
Yeah, very cool. I've become such a stickler for draw these days, and I got that perfect cigar tool that.
The perfect draw?
Perfect draw
Yeah,
cigar
those are
tool.
nice.
And if my draw is even the tiniest bit tight, I will use that thing. Even if I know I could probably smoke it and it'd be okay, I will use that thing because I just want to be able to pull all of the flavor out and really be able to enjoy it and experience it. So
Well, I'd rather have a medium draw than a completely effortless draw a lot of times, because the effortless draw sometimes can mean it burns a little hot or
you
quick.
want a little resistance.
A little bit of resistance
Absolutely.
is the best, yeah.
All right, I smoked the Drew Estate Chateau Real Connecticut Toro. I'll tell you about that coming up, and we'll get into our first beer tasting with a little Plainsman American Lager next on Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back at Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. If the legendary host of American Top 40, Casey Kasem, were losing his voice, it probably would have sounded something like this. Smoking and Toasting is brought to you by, or is heard on great radio stations like WQXL AM, Columbia, South Carolina, and 990 AM WGSO, New Orleans.
We have some impressive cities.
It didn't sound like Casey, but again, you have to picture him with like a head cold.
I'm impressed.
It's funny because when you don't have a cold, you actually do an incredible Casey Kasem.
Yeah, actually, that's true. That's true.
Well, yeah.
Like your Casey Kasem is like, holy cow.
You know what's bad though? Because
Can you do Shaggy?
Reggie. The problem with my impressions, because I do several that actually are really good, but like it's getting to the point where nobody knows any of those people anymore. Yeah. Every now and then I'll be
You've outgrown the zeitgeist.
people be talking and I'll be like, well. And it doesn't sound like Reagan, but my Reagan is actually pretty good. And people look at me like, who's that? Because nobody remembers what Reagan sounded like. So I gotta find some.
They
new,
say stuff like, "I don't recall that.
I do not
I
recall.
don't know what you're talking about."
I gotta find some new impressions.
We did not drop bombs
And
on the
I
French
Just like
embassy.
Reagan used to say.
Haven't
We
come
may
up
have
with some
dropped
good
bombs on the French embassy.
I'll have to come up with something new.
Oliver North.
So welcome back to the program. Oh, I want to tell you about my cigar that I smoked this week before I completely lose my voice and am unable to do so. So
Then I have to carry on the rest of the
right,
show.
then you'll have to do the rest of it. For a number of years, Drew Estate was known primarily as the company that made the popular infused acid line of cigars. Acid remains very popular, but around 2006, Jonathan Drew decided he wanted to be known for more than just infused cigars. So he developed the Chateau Real line of traditional blend premium cigars. And Chateau did okay. But soon it became eclipsed by other traditional cigar lines that Drew Estate released that everybody was talking about, like Undercrown.
Undercrown's
and
great.
Herrera Esteli and Liga
Yes.
Privada. And so the Chateau line was
Liga, come
actually
on.
dropped back in 2011. But 12 years later, with some collectors on the internet avidly chasing any remaining Chateau Real cigars and a bubbling fan base wondering where they had gone, Jonathan Drew decided to put Chateau Real back on the market in 3 sizes. And I smoked one of them this week. The blend uses a Connecticut shade wrapper from Ecuador, a Nicaraguan Habano binder, and filler tobacco from Nicaragua. I smoked the Toro, which Drew Estate has named the Grand Templar. That sounds a little bit creepy to me, so I'm just going to stay with Toro. The light brown wrapper looked a little
Sounds
bit...
like something in a Dan Brown novel.
Exactly. You got some like spikes, sticking into your thigh or something. The light brown wrapper looked a little bit rustic, but not at all unpleasant. I clipped the end with a straight cut to see what I could get from the cold draw. Pre-light aroma was a little bit grassy with mellow tobacco notes and a hint of cashew nuts. Very nice and made me totally excited about firing this baby up. First thing I noticed about the Chateau Real was that it did not hit me with any kind of a blast, Nicaraguan pepper or otherwise. And pepper, at least from the get-go, was almost non-existent. The notes that I did get were woody, buttery, and a little like toasted bread. The first third of the Chateau was extremely mild, but the flavor showed up in a pretty big way. Construction, draw, and burn line all started out great. By the time I got to the second third, a little more strength had revealed itself. Citrus zest, salted nuts, and a creamy smoothness kind of intertwined over a base of wood and baking spices. Tiny bit of pepper started showing up on the retrohale and on the tongue as the finish set in. The last third of the cigar ticked all the way up to medium-bodied, brought a little more pepper into the mix, and reminded me, a guy who thinks that medium to full is kind of the sweet spot, that mellower cigars can have a lot of flavor, and this one did. Toast.
A cigar like that ramps up a little bit too during
As you smoke
smoking.
it, yeah.
It kind of opens up. I think if you're more of a medium guy or mild guy, kind of opens your palate a little bit. I think towards that more medium
and
side too.
Get you to experience a little more. Sure, absolutely. And
in
this
a very
is
gentle kind of way.
And this is a great cigar for that. If you're somebody who likes milder Connecticut cigars, but you really want to experience a lot of flavor, this is a perfect cigar for you to try. Toast, cedar, baking spice, and even a hint of vanilla, which I continue to point out that,
nice.
as the Bare Naked Lady suggested, is the finest of the flavors. I enjoyed this one with my normal glass of Bigelow salted caramel iced tea, and it worked really well. But partway through, a thought struck me, and I went to the bar and poured myself the last remaining drops of my Dalmore cigar malt whiskey, finally killing the bottle. The pairing was awesome. Only problem for me now is that I'm going to need to buy more of this cigar and another bottle of cigar malt.
The cigar
and it ain't
malt,
cheap. Yeah.
Cigar malt is not cheap, but it is that good.
I'm just pointing out that doing this cigar tasting for you guys wound up costing me. But as I always say to my wife, you're worth it. Started mild, built to medium. Construction was perfect. The draw was spot on. The Drew Estate Chateau Real Toro is an $8 cigar, and it totally delivers price to quality, a solid 5.
Nice.
So we both did 5s today.
Both did 5s, and I love that price to quality scale because it kind of gives you an idea. It's not just how good the cigar is; it's the experience, and then was it worth what you paid?
How good it was relative to the price, because it's a 1 to 10 scale, but a 5 means you got what you paid for. And so anything less than a 5, it didn't feel like
It doesn't always mean it's a bad cigar either. It could be that it was a good cigar, but maybe it was a little overpriced.
A little pricey, yeah. So you have already tasted, I see, the Plainsman lager, American lager.
I've been doing research over here while you were gabbing away.
It is from Structures Brewing. I believe they're out of Washington State. Tell me what you think.
I would almost. I mean, this is kind of riding the line between a pale ale and a very light IPA.
Well, it really is. It's got some hoppiness to it.
It's nice. I like the hoppiness to it. The hoppiness is very bright without being
bright, kind of citrusy. Yeah,
it's bright and citrusy without being orange juice. It's also it's more like lemon zest almost.
Yes.
And it's a really nice finish. It's a very summery feeling beer overall.
How's this going down with you?
Yeah,
Joe?
I'm enjoying it. I mean, this is something definitely in these hot dog days of summer that I wouldn't mind, enjoying in the afternoon by the pool. This is nice.
Coming in at 4.9%, a rustic, vibrant American lager, simple and timeless. Coming in at 4.9%.
By the way,
that's nice. I would buy this.
Speaking of the dog days of summer, I guarantee you can find Christmas trees for sale at stores right now. I guarantee it.
Well, no, here's
and
the
Christmas
thing.
decorations. And
I thought you had to wait till August.
Here's where it is.
It is August.
Oh.
Well, here, and here's the thing.
That's
the thing.
Do you have a
the
job,
back
Mr.
to school
Lebowski?
stuff came in as early as the end of June in Walmart. There were back to school things at the end of June. I couldn't believe.
I haven't been to a Walmart
how
since
quick-
June, but I guarantee you they've got Christmas decorations.
Now it's
Yeah.
not. It's finishing that, and it's on to Christmas.
And in fact, I'm guessing you can probably find Valentine's cards.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You got to get ahead on those things.
That's the way they do it. Yeah.
That's the thing is that they get them so early they sell out before it's like Christmas is sold out before Thanksgiving.
But you were right, Terry. This is a really good summer beer.
Yeah,
This
by the time it's 2 weeks before Christmas, you have the Christmas sales going on.
Right.
The
Clearance sales. Yeah.
Clearance sales.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could enjoy this all day, in this heat. This is nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
could
really
enjoy
nice.
this floating down the river.
Yes.
Because I don't enjoy big, enormous barley wines floating down the
Drinking
river
syrup
like my
when
friend
you're going
here.
I
down
don't
and you're floating down
understand
the river.
Yeah, I know. I'm hard to figure out. But
Look, I enjoy beer.
well, I'm with you. I like all those big beers. That's just not what I want in the middle of a 100-degree day on the swollen Guadalupe
Just makes
River.
me think of the scene in Anchorman where he's just walking through the heat and goes, "Milk was a bad idea."
You make me laugh. I'm going to start coughing. So, well, yeah. No, I think this is quite good.
That's a good reason for us to keep the show serious today.
Yeah, absolutely. As we always do.
That's right.
As we always do. Have we done all of our? We did the drunken fact. We did the beverage
No,
of
we didn't
mystery.
do the. Did we do the drunken fact?
Oh, we did
didn't
not.
Do the drunken
We
fact.
did not do the drunken fact.
It's
All
drunken
right,
fact
well,
time. Let's do that.
I think it must be time. Yes.
And now it's time for another smoking and toasting drunken fact.
The drunken fact, as we mentioned, is always good to lay on people. Like if you're at a party and everybody's drinking, and you drop this knowledge on them.
Yeah.
I mean, this nugget of wisdom is going to make you look like you are the smartest person in the room.
That's right.
And that's why this is good. And imagine.
And if not, the second smartest person.
And imagine this: like you're at a party, maybe you're chatting up somebody that you find a little bit attractive. You're trying to like break the ice a little bit, and you got this drunken fact to lay on them. All right, you ready? Wombats are the only animal whose poop is cube-shaped. This is due to how its intestines form the fecal matter. The animals then, and I love this part, stack the cubes to mark their territory. Daddy, why do these Lego blocks smell funny? Leave those alone, son. A wombat's going to attack you.
Wow.
Cube stacking.
Cube stacking.
It just confounds a dung beetle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. And listen. If I ever went to the restroom and found out it was cube shaped, I would be like, "Okay, guys, I'm not coming in today. I'm headed to the emergency room."
I feel like it would not be comfortable.
Something is wrong. You would think for the poor wombat.
Yeah, the wombat.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
not comfortable.
Cube shaped. I can't even imagine that.
I mean, like in humans, it's tapered at both ends.
Right. For obvious reasons.
Thank you, Mr. Hanky.
Well,
Can you imagine though? Like, doesn't his little behind slam shut after a square face pops out? Like, what's?
Oh God. Yeah, thank you. That was well deserved there, Terry. Thank you. Yeah. All I know is that I will never have a wombat because I ain't cleaning that litter box.
No.
That's not happening.
No.
That's not happening. Plus, I think they like to kill you in your sleep.
Oh,
Wombat.
well, there's
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. Was there a popular animated cartoon movie with the wombat? I know we had the prairie dogs and stuff in Lion King and the
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't. Nothing that was. Nothing that wasn't.
Did
Jungle Book had buzzards. They weren't racist or anything at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Well, I think I have an idea now. I'm going to do a kids animated movie. It's going to be
Wombat.
Willie the Wombat.
Really?
Hi, I'm Willie the Wombat, and I poop cubes.
That sounds like there's an Elmo's potty time book. It
Right,
sounds like
right.
that. It's like a wombat poop book for
Greatest book I've ever seen in anyone's bathroom. My buddy Dave has a copy of the book on the back of his toilet in his house, and the book is called Everybody Poops.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I
Everybody
bought
poops.
that. I bought that for my nephews when they were
Great.
quite young.
That's right. Everybody
When they would
poops,
still
yeah.
just giggle every time the
But
word
I think
poop
they
was
may
said.
need to do Everybody Poops too to talk about the wombat because this is a pretty serious
Everybody
edition.
poops and wombats poop square.
I can't.
Isn't that a song? Everybody. Oh, sorry.
That would be
Sometimes.
I think Michael Stipe might actually like that. Everybody poops. The REM parody.
I think there is an Elmo song about pooping. To
Oh,
be
I
fair.
think you're probably right. Well, we got a lot to cover on today's show. Besides wombat poop,
How did Elmo get into this?
I don't know. But remember Elmo? Somebody hacked Elmo and he went all anti-Semitic like a month ago.
Oh no!
No, I didn't hear about that.
No, somebody hacked Elmo's Twitter account.
Oh no!
And he started saying "death to the Jews" and stuff like that. If you can even imagine.
Wow.
Elmo. Yeah. It was.
Wow.
It was,
So people
it was
were
bad.
reading that in Elmo's voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even want to say it, but it probably couldn't with my voice like
That's
this.
crazy.
But Elmo was saying some racist cubes right there. Was what he was doing.
Unreal.
So but
And it wasn't a drunken Elmo rant.
No. Although that alone would be pretty entertaining, but no, it was apparently he really was. You know how everybody always claims they were hacked when they send out something really
I'm just going
racist.
to point out, Elmo's cute, but I bet he parties.
I'm guessing he probably does. I know Oscar the Grouch does because I partied with him.
Well,
So-
this is the thing, though. When you start getting into Muppets, you have to go back to, where they come from. I mean, Rolfie played piano at a bar, and, we have Kermit. They were entertainers. Floyd, think about the band, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Zoot. Yeah. All right, Terry, you're the pop culture guy. I want to see if you remember this before we go to break.
Don't look like Presbyterians to me.
In the That's great. In the early days of Saturday Night Live, wasn't there a kind of a demented Jim Henson Muppet skit where the Muppets smoked dope and stuff?
It was Grog. His name was Grog. They were monsters and King someone, and they were basically were monsters, and they did inappropriate, more adult humor.
Yes, it was much more
where
adult.
the king
and they
would
were
grab
his
the lady that he was with, and he would do these he started kind of kissing her and stuff, and then the next thing you know, the queen, his wife, pops up, and he just drops that Muppet down, and it's a more adult Muppet. Yeah, that was the first. Not whole season. It was the first half season, and then they parted ways.
I remember seeing it and thinking, this is amazing. But now I've talked to people about it. They go, that didn't happen.
Absolutely.
No, that was for real.
Jim Henson had a vision that the Muppets could be for adults as well.
God
that was
bless
his.
And he's also featured in that movie, the Saturday Night Live movie, where it's leading up to that first day.
Yes.
Love that. All right, Terry, you got to give me a link to find that old Muppet Saturday Night Live content.
I have them all available.
We
DVD,
have to take a break.
TV.
We have to take a break. We have more to drink and more to talk about, including, by the way, another IPA from Anchorage Brewing Company. I'm really super excited about it because these guys rock. We'll be right back. See, you wouldn't get that from a sound effects library. It just wouldn't be that good.
Well, he really knows how to play it like an instrument.
I'd be like, that's a body hitting the floor, rattling a sandwich bag.
If I didn't practice this at home,
you can tell that you're seasoned at this. This is not your first beer rodeo.
This is one of these cans where when you try to pour it, it just runs down to the end of the can.
I've experienced
no matter what
these.
you do,
and you don't want to do that because these are generally so good. So you want to preserve that delicious nectar of the gods. Imports and sales of cigars have begun to taper off after the wild 20+% increases that are due in some cases to tariffs and other things that are going on. But for the people who make and sell cigars, there's good news because they have not fallen back to their 2019 levels, which was COVID. So it's really interesting to kind of see that not only are cigars getting a little more expensive, but the average cigar smoker, according to a new report in the Robb Report, which the Robb Report is where the Robb Report is one of those magazines that's all about the rich life. So 1% of their consumers.
Well, that's why I haven't heard of it.
1% of their subscribers are people who have private planes and things of this nature that they feature in the magazine. 99% of their subscribers are people who wish they could afford stuff like that, and they leave the Robb Report laying out in their office or home so that people will think that they're rich like that. Yeah. But the Robb Report does talk about cigars from time to time, and it was interesting to find this because this is an article about more expensive cigars and how more and more smokers of cigars are seemingly okay with paying these, $15 plus prices.
Well, you
for
have to
cigars.
be because that's all there is now.
Well, so that's interesting. But see, I
Also,
still
because New York, every cigar is $15.
Well,
But you
that's
also
New York,
have to,
yeah.
can I just say also that the people are also paying $10 and $11 for a value meal at
Right,
a
yeah,
restaurant
what is
these
that
days.
about? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in general, so much of everything has gone up that you can only expect that.
There's only a few old faithfuls still out there. 2 tacos, $1.99 Jack in the Box. If you can stomach it,
Didn't they used to be
It's
99
cheap.
They
cents?
used to be
Yeah,
nice,
they
and
used
they
to be, but-
sometimes are in the app still, but
Yeah.
they can still have that. But you're
notice
right. That's
how
about
Terry
the closest
knows
one.
this.
Yeah.
This is what I love. Terry is very much aware of the pricing fluctuations. But
Listen,
my point
I'm
is,
terrible at trivia, but I'm bringing Terry, and I'm going to kick everybody's butt.
my point though is that people seem to have adjusted to the fact that cigars are just more expensive,
Yeah.
and they're now I still try really hard to find my favorites under $10.
I will tell you this though, after experiencing we went down to Aladino Farms and we see what it takes
To make a cigar,
to make a cigar. I'm astounded that people can sell cigars for that price.
right, for $5 or $6.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I get it. I sympathize.
So
But according to the Robb Report, though, the average price of cigars is going up, and people are paying it. Smokers are paying
that's
it.
because cigars are delicious.
Yeah, I would hate to, maybe. Does it cause you, if cigars get more expensive, do you smoke fewer?
Well, I try not to smoke cigars that cost over $10 on a regular basis. That's just expensive.
Unless we have somebody on the show who leaves them behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then those are my favorite
Yeah.
upper than $10 cigars. But
So, because I mean that's just an expensive lifestyle. If I was to, burn a $10 bill or two every day,
right.
I mean that's when you
That's
look
kind
at
of
it
a
in
thing,
that.
yeah.
When you look at it in that perspective, I mean it kind of starts putting your pocketbook in place. Now,
Or
if
if
that's not an issue for you,
If you're smoking really good Padrones, though, that's only one cigar a day.
that's true.
You know?
That is true. So I don't know. I don't mind paying a lot for a cigar when it's especially good. I feel like the Plasencia Alma Fuerte is worth every penny you pay for it.
And
a
it's what,
great
like
cigar.
$19 or something?
It's 22
22,
to 26, depending on which size you get. And then and something like the Padron 45th anniversary. My gosh.
Yeah.
$35, I would pay more and still be happy.
Well,
that thing's amazing.
I'm kind of like this when it comes to it. In fact, I think this can maybe be our new slogan here for Smoking and Toasting. It's I don't mind paying for pricey cigars, but I'm not going to pay a lot for this muffler.
I'm glad you said that because I've had that in my head this whole time.
Oh, have
I
you really?
really did.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
really did.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. And I can paint any car for $99. All right. You poured a beer
We
here.
put the yeehaw.
Yeah.
back in- Oh, that's a local one. Never mind.
Where low prices live. Yeah.
That's
That's
real local.
very local.
That's
Yeah,
very
if you're not
local.
from the Houston area, you
Yeah.
have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But if you live here, you're like, oh, God, I hate those commercials. Ian's poured us some Heartfelt. It is
could
an
be
IPA.
worse. Could be. Ooh, that's a fact, Jack.
Oh, God. Thank you for Terry for nothing. Ian's poured us some Heartfelt IPA from the Anchorage Brewing Company out of Anchorage, Alaska, which kind of feels like it's an import.
Yeah,
if you live
yeah.
Almost,
in the
Yeah.
continental U.S., if
Yeah.
you live in the contiguous states.
Have you ever watched those Alaska ice road truckers? That's crazy.
I haven't watched that, but you know what I did watch was season 4, I believe it was, of True Detective, the one with Jodie Foster in it. And the whole thing takes place in the middle of nowhere, Alaska, in these tiny small towns, and most of the people who live there are indigenous, and they're in these. Oh, it's brilliant television, but it's very depressing. I will tell you that.
Brewed
Very
and double dry hops
depressing.
with Phantasm powder. I haven't made it to
Anchorage is
episode
supposed to
4
be-
on just about anything.
Anchorage, by the way, is a pretty cool.
Cheers
thing.
is about the last thing I watched
All right,
past
you reminded me of something I have to tell you, but go ahead. Let's talk about the
You
beer.
just
past
said
season 4.
You just said phantasm.
Brewed and double dry hopped with Phantasm
watched that
powder.
show.
I don't know what that is.
I don't
Nelson
either.
Sauvin and
I know Nelson Sauvin.
and Mosaic hops.
This IPA is
nice.
delicious.
This
Very
IPA is so bright and
Yeah.
and a little bit punchy. It's really really nice.
It is.
It's got balance in the overall flavor profile, but this is going to be on the much brighter side of IPAs.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's not when he says bright. It's not like it's sweet. It's, in fact, if anything, it's almost a little bit bitter, but in a wonderful way. But it's just bright. It like opens up your palate when you take that first sip. I think it's wonderful. I want
It's
more.
pretty good.
More of this.
There's a nice dryness on the finish.
If
too.
you want more Smoking and Toasting, we'll be back with hour 2, and we got a lot to talk about. So hang in there, my friends, and Drinking News is on the way. Welcome back, my friends. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. What was that?
It's
The hell is that?
It's hard to make
Would you care
a
to
good
sniff the
bottle
bottle
opening
cap?
sound when the bottle has a screw top.
It's a screw top. And, I was actually a little worried at first that this was a screw top whiskey. But I will tell you, since because of my throat and voice issues, I've actually been drinking this for the whole show. And I needn't have worried about
Listen, the screw top on a
screw
bottle.
top, yeah.
People down on that, and I don't understand why. It means that they have a modern distillery,
Right.
Because they're doing modern things with it, right? They're not sticking to the old, like we use a cork because that's the way things have always been.
And you know
done.
what? It's worth noting that I have never had a plastic screw-off top fall into my whiskey and ruin it.
Oh, yeah.
But that has happened with corks.
That is true, but I have like little paint filters,
Oh, yeah.
and so I'll put that over there and filter it out.
So yeah, I use one of those little filter things that you use in the kitchen,
Yes.
And if that doesn't work quite well enough, I just go get like a leftover N95 mask from COVID. And
Y'all
pour it
sound
through that.
like Tommy Chong. The dog ate my weed, and so I had to follow him around for a week to get it back.
You know what? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. That's all. That's all I have to say.
yeah,
Ian,
man, check it out. Hey, I quit drinking.
Yeah.
Got any beer?
yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. Listen. As a public service, let me just say, if you decide to stop drinking, and that's important to you, we support you like 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Like in no universe would I say, oh, don't do that. But what I would ask is that you clean out your bar and your refrigerator and send it to somebody else who will enjoy it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Nobody ever did better at stopping drinking because they poured things down the sink. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
It doesn't affect it
That's
in
right.
any way.
No.
All right. So Ian has poured us. We've had a really good Pilsner, a really good IPA, and now we have opened up the Rittenhouse Rye. This is a bottled in bond. I think it's about 100 proof. Is that right?
Yeah, this is a private single barrel edition.
Yeah. So this is a thing.
And coming in at 100 proof.
And I will tell you, I don't mind telling you, I got this bottle at the Houston Whiskey Social, or the Whiskey Social.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Houston Whiskey Social anymore. I got this bottle there, and it's been sitting in my bar unopened until this week. I was like, we need a spirit for the show.
Listen, if
and
you're in
I'll pick
Houston
this
or
up.
you're traveling to Houston, you need to sign up for the Whiskey Social when it comes around.
And by the way, they just announced. So if you go to Whiskey Social, I think it's HoustonWhiskeySocial.com is their website. But if you go to that, you can see the latest information and know when the tickets go on sale.
Wow.
And it's going to be a big deal.
This
year.
ticket is so worth it because it's
It's 120.
It's
bucks
like
or something.
$120,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you out there going $120. I don't sneeze at that. Well, I get that too, but I mean, so you get to try hundreds of expressions,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't because
Well,
you're
no, you
going to be
shouldn't.
way too.
And they give
Yeah,
you a
so-
bottle to walk off with like this.
Yeah.
Yes. So then at the end of as much as you can possibly taste of stuff that you can't even afford a lot of times. Well,
Right.
look, I'm not pointing the finger. Like, I can't even afford
Right.
walking into a bar. And even expressions that are so rare, and then you got guys wandering around with bottles of Old Rip just pouring into your cup,
Oh, it's amazing.
and then and this is $120, and that's worth it. But then at the end of the night, as you're on your way out the door, they go, "Hey man, here," and they hand you a bottle of whiskey, and I've never seen one that was less than $40 or $50
All right.
worth.
And think about this: if you went out with a buddy and you were drinking, all night. Like not even as much as you would get at this thing. But if you just had drinks all night with a buddy, and you're picking up the tab, it's going to be over $120. There's no way it's not going to be. And here you're totally getting your money's worth.
Dude, I just have to come to grips with the fact that the $100 bill is the new 20.
Yeah. And the $20 cigar is the new 8.
But you know what? If you really do enjoy trying something like that, it's great because that really opens it up. The next time you go into Specs or Total Wine or your local liquor store and you look at that wall of whiskey, you see it differently when you've been through there because you've tried a few more things.
You got to try it instead of just stare at the bottle and go, man, that's a really expensive bottle.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. And you really find some new favorites when you're there. You really do. Oh man, I got to get this.
So direct from the Whiskey Social, here is some Rittenhouse Rye, bottled in bond, and I've already been sampling this, so
yowza,
because I have this voice issue thing.
It is spicy. This is a cinnamon bomb.
Mm-hmm.
My wife uses these all the time for old fashions. She makes at the house.
Because she likes a really spicy old fashioned,
spicy old fashioned. And when I say spicy, I mean this almost feels cinnamon infused, and it's not. It just has that kind of profile.
I would just say if you're somebody who likes Whistle Pig, but you are like reluctant to buy it because of the price, try this.
Yeah.
Try this.
Hot tamale. That's what I would say is the flavor of hot tamale. Remember this?
Wow.
Hot tamales. Now this is a private single barrel, and I know they picked this one because of that spice.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that they didn't. But I mean, it all comes from the same liquid, even though the barrel can be very different, but it's all going to have the same bones, so to speak. It's so good.
Dem bones.
Dem bones
is what it is.
End up a big old pile of dem bones.
Well, I bones is one of those words that you can just start with that word and write an entire blues song. Bones.
Even the way it comes out.
Bones.
Some words are just fun to say, like Chapultepec. That's a pretty fun word.
Or like country. Didn't Randy Travis do a Digging Up Bones?
Yes.
Wasn't that a song?
Yes,
which
that
is
was.
like one of the first country songs ever about a serial killer, apparently. So, yeah.
Rittenhouse Rye, good for conversation. Look where we are right now.
Yeah, that's right. This
gentlemen.
is what happens. See, this is my. So, people ask me sometimes, why did you start this show? And this is exactly why. Because conversations that start with like Rittenhouse Rye, and then go to Digging Up Bones, and then go to serial killers. These are conversations you want to be a part of. There's just something wonderful about it. And one of the wonderful things is the Rittenhouse Rye, an absolute cinnamon-laced spice bomb.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And wonderful for it. I mean, this is an experience,
and it's wonderful. It's wonderful neat. It's wonderful with a chip of ice. It's wonderful in a mixed drink.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said your wife likes this Rittenhouse Rye.
Oh yeah, we've destroyed like 3 bottles of this since the last Whiskey Social.
I love it. I love it. Well, here you go. This is Smoking a Toast and directly influencing sales.
My wife definitely is a rye girl, though.
Yeah, but she likes the spicy whiskey.
She likes rye. I mean, I can't have a Whistle Pig in the house or it just goes away.
With my wife, it's rum. She'll drink tequila. She loves tequila. She'll drink whiskey every now and then, but rum is what she loves. And so we have many wonderful rums and mahogany bound books in our bar and library.
Like rich mahogany.
Yeah. I'm sorry, leather bound books. Sorry, I went with mahogany, but you knew what. Listen, I'm all jacked up on cold medicine, so you just have to forgive me here.
Yeah. Cold medicine is Rittenhouse Rye.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it is wonderful cold medicine. Let me just say.
Thank you, Granny from the Hillbillies. That's what she uses.
As soon as this show is over, I am totally calling my wife and be like, "Hey babe, how you doing?" And she'd be like, "Ooh, say more."
Love theme.
Yeah. I want to know about your special secret.
I want to lay you down by the fire.
Yeah. Barry White. Wasn't it always weird when you hear Barry White sing? His voice was much higher.
Oh, yeah.
Almost a tenor,
That's right, yeah.
Can't get enough of your love, baby. And then he talks, and it's like, Tell me a secret.
I can't unsee you doing that.
And
I'm going to spend the rest of the day trying to poke out my mind's eye.
you know what's good for that? Rittenhouse Rye. But I'm going to tell you guys, this is...
if you can't forget it, my friends, black it out.
Yeah, this
That's
is
terrible advice. Don't listen to that.
Yeah, don't listen to
It's also
anything.
a little bit of a dark humor. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, don't listen to anything he says. He's not well. Tell you about some cigars to watch for. Alec Bradley is introducing its newest cigar, Chunk Shade, which sounds like what...
The chunk is a size.
Yeah. I was
For
gonna
Alec
say,
Bradley. That's the nub size.
That's their
basically.
nub size, yeah. I was
Okay.
going to say,
I
and
thought
also sounds a lot like what I got called back in elementary school, Chunk Shade.
I thought it sounded like wombat thing.
It's It's the sequel to the Chunk Maduro, by the way, and Chunk Shade is crafted in Honduras.
The chunk Maduro is quite nice.
Yeah, with a Honduran Connecticut wrapper, a U.S. broadleaf binder, and a filler blend of Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan tobaccos. It comes in a short and wide format with high smoke output. It is available in several sizes. The XL, which is a 4x60, that's $5.99. The 3XL, which is a 4x66, which is $7.69. The 4XL, which is a 4x80, which is $8.49.
I haven't seen that. I would buy that in a minute.
See, I wouldn't. I don't want that.
That's so
Big
silly.
of a
I
ring
love
gauge.
it.
Oh, well, I guess. All right. The XL and
That's
3XL.
the kind of cigar you bring on poker night.
The XL and 3XL come in boxes
Cigar
of
of
20.
intimidation.
The 4XL comes in a box of 18. They had to do something. They couldn't fit 20 cigars in it, so it's a box of 18. They're handcrafted at the HATSA, the Hutsa factory in Danley, Honduras. And the Garcia family at My Father Cigars is now shipping their new Honduran smoke to retailers. So E.P. Carrillo did a Honduran cigar. Now the guys at My Father are doing it. It's called My Father Blue. And the which, he needed the money. The cigars were first previewed at... Oh, did that go right over you? Neither of you responded to that?
What?
Oh, probably best. I was preparing for you guys to practically beat me up after that. But My Father Blue is not only the first My Father made with Honduran tobacco, but it signifies the Garcia's continued expansion into Honduras. So this seems to be happening to a number of these kind of Nicaraguan cigar companies or companies that are known for their Nicaraguan cigars.
Well,
that they're
you
now
mentioned,
kind of expanding
you mentioned
into Honduras.
and the EPC Honduras is. I tried that. And ours was a Toro-ish size. And I will tell you,
that may be the only size.
if you love strong cigars, that EPC Honduran is super strong. I haven't had my butt kicked by a cigar in many years.
I actually
And that
have one in my
pretty much
humidor
kicked
that
my
I
butt.
was planning to smoke to talk about on next week's show. So it'll be interesting to see how my review compares
I'd
with,
be interested to see that.
with yours.
Eat a full meal first.
I mean, it's delicious, but yes,
Yeah.
yes, you eat the full meal first.
But one of the things that Ian did not say in his review of that cigar was, "Tell me a secret." So, by the way, that is a quote from an actual song. That is from "The Secret Garden" by Quincy Jones, which features Barry White and a whole bunch of other people, and it's awesome and amazing. And let me just say, guys, if you put that song on while she's at your place and nothing goes down, it wasn't going to happen anyway. That song will make it happen. That's what I'm telling you.
I will say that if you pick up anything Quincy Jones, the word
Yeah.
groovy applies.
He was and is the master.
Oh, just for giggles, I have an album that's actually Quincy Jones with Bill Cosby.
Oh wow!
And it's the music.
And we're not allowed to listen to it
That's
anymore.
disturbing.
Right. I have to cancel my CD.
Yeah, right.
It's Bill. It's the music because Quincy Jones was the music guy for the Cosby Show, not the '80s Cosby Show.
Right, but the
Bill
early
Cosby
one, yeah,
Show
the Bill
that was
Cosby
the
show.
variety show.
Yeah. Quincy Jones has done a lot of amazing stuff, including make Michael Jackson a whole bunch of money because the quality of Michael Jackson's albums dropped off severely after he quit using Quincy. And I will debate anybody on that. Come on, bring it. You can't tell me that I'm bad, I'm really, really bad. Holds a candle to anything off of
Billie Jean.
Thriller or the previous
Come
album.
on.
So yeah, Billie Jean may be the most perfect pop song ever written, but that's a whole other segment to discuss, and we probably should have more whiskey before we do. Okay, we got to take a break. It's Smoking and Toasting. We'll be back right around the corner from a little drinking news. That's the engine of the show starting up. More good sound effects from your friendly neighborhood Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It is show number 443 of Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And I think I've decided if there's any truth to reincarnation, I think I know what I want to come back as. If I'm reincarnated, I want to be reincarnated as Travis Kelce.
Oh, yeah?
Think about this dude's life, right? First of all, he's a star football player.
Yeah.
And he's a stud. He's a great player. Like, he really is. And I hate the Kansas City Chiefs, but I got to give him respect because he is awesome. He's a great player. Number 2, he's sleeping with Taylor Swift. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's not as impressive to me. I mean, I'd rather be with Dua Lipa.
All right. She's younger, and now I'm concerned about you, Tara. We're gonna have a little
Predator
chat.
alert.
We're gonna have a little chat after the show is over. But the third thing about Travis Kelce, besides being a superstar, football player, and being the probable fiance to Taylor Swift, because I'll just say it here, I think they're gonna get married. I haven't read anything or anything, but I think they're gonna get married. In fact, they may have already gotten married and just haven't told us
Just
about
told
it.
anybody, yeah.
I think Taylor's like head over heels for him. But what do I know? But last but not least,
Unless she finds him at a Coldplay concert.
yeah, right. He's at a Coldplay concert with Dua Lipa.
Yeah, with Dua Lipa.
No, but last but not least, he and his brother own one of the fastest growing beer brands in the United States. Their beer is garage beer.
I almost bought some of that to bring it in.
I did too, but it was you could only get it in like a 24 pack.
Right, and I was like,
I was like, oh man,
I can't commit, guys. Especially
what if I don't like
especially
it?
when you have 2 flavors and one of them is with lime. Right?
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Well, their brand has been growing in almost a fever pitch. They have basically, well, they're both football players. They're kind of at the peak of their popularity. You got the whole Taylor Swift connection, and now you got garage beer, and it is growing by leaps and bounds in a beer market that's largely stagnant. When the Kelce brothers jumped into the beer game, the beer was available in 6 states. Now, just 1 year later, it's in every state.
Wow.
So I have not tried it. I guess, Ian, maybe you and I will split a 24-pack, and that way we can have one to try on
You
the
get
show.
all the ones that are like beer Arita or whatever it is.
Oh no, I don't want any. I don't want any beer that has Arita in the words. Yeah.
I don't want
I don't do that.
Arita that has any Arita in the word.
Well, a margarita is not a bad thing. I'll take that. So, Garage Beer is now its own entity. Originally a product from Braxton Brewing in Cincinnati. The same folks who own Braxton are still involved in Garage Beer, but the brand is now completely separate and enjoys co-packing arrangements with City Brewing in Tennessee and Founders Brewing in Michigan. So, yeah, it's some reliable and reputable partners that they're working with. So, yeah, I'll take it. Ian, have you got any more thoughts on this Rittenhouse rye?
Oh, that was delicious.
How have you tried?
I have refilled my glass.
I know you don't often go like beer, whiskey to beer, but in the case of ryes and IPAs, there's often a nice little, form like
True, but I
Voltron
drank all my IPA,
moment.
so now I'm pouring a little more.
Fortunately, we have more. So drink a little IPA.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're fine together. Weirdly enough.
Let me try this because I did IPA first, and now.
Oh, it brings out a molassesy thing in the
It sure
rye.
does. It sure does. It's got a
Interesting.
little more of that molasses and maple kind of a vibe to it after you go to the IPA.
Still a lot of cinnamon in the best possible way.
None of this is bad. None of the things you're saying is makes it any less enjoyable. Do you know? I don't know because I got this one handed to me. But do you know what a bottle of this runs?
This one I think is in the $40 to $50 range. We could probably
gotta
look
tell
it up.
you.
If only there was a digital
a way we could look that
computing
up.
device
Sort of a
that we could
handheld
ask.
computer
Yeah,
that
something
we
small
could-
enough to hold in our hand. Like this,
Yeah.
I know it's Star Trek kind of material.
Well, you know, in Star Trek they would go computer.
If
How
you
much
could
does a
hold
bottle of Rittenhouse rye cost?
they got the name wrong, didn't they?
Right, they were supposed to say Siri. How much does a bottle of Rittenhouse rye cost?
I mean, I'm seeing
here's
here
what's
as,
funny.
as 20.
I just said that, like,
$26.
Oh, is it even less?
Yeah.
I just
Nice.
said that jokingly, and my phone came on.
And you're-
Like this is the weirdest, the
Dude, your
weirdest,
phone takes you seriously, bro.
weirdest thing. Right. So let me tell you about something that happened yesterday. My wife had a friend of hers come over, and they did girl time and hung out at the pool, and did all kinds of girly stuff that girls like to do together. And they packed a big thing, and one of the things that her friend brought, which wound up still in the ice chest when I emptied it, so it went into my refrigerator, was this new. I want to call it Poopsie, but that's not what it is. It's a new soda, and it's called. It's like
Poppy.
Poppy. That's
Poppy.
what it is.
Poppy.
Poppy.
Yep.
Thank you.
Poppy. I'm familiar.
It's what it is. So
Yeah.
I put it in my refrigerator. Didn't say anything about it. A day or two goes by, and I asked my wife. I said, "Oh, did you try this this Poppy soda?" She goes, "No, I haven't tried it." End of conversation. The next time I go on YouTube, it's sending me to a video about Poppy. My friends, something's got to change, or we're all going to die.
I had that happened to me just the other day about stuff, talking about something, and then the next ad that was served to me was about what I was. Yeah.
I swear to God, we must have talked about it for a grand total of 4 seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, "How do it know?" I don't understand.
Now,
it.
to be
It's
fair,
watching you.
I'm frightened.
Poppy is paying a lot in advertising everywhere right now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, but
and-
no. You say it and it shows up.
And they paid YouTube to go. Anybody that
But
mentions
do
our
this
name.
experience, okay? Say monster truck every couple seconds
Oh my God! Yeah, that's good.
while you're in your car. Nobody else is there.
I was
Say
just
it-
thinking-
Say it while you're in your car. Just say it out loud.
If
That's
there's
okay.
a product,
And then
you
watch
hate,
what starts happening to your phone.
if there's a product you hate, start just saying the name of it, and so then YouTube will start serving up the videos, and you can click on them and know that they had to pay for that. That's pretty cool. And you're never buying the product.
You're never
okay,
gonna buy
we got to take a break. Drinking news is next. If my voice makes it through, and I'm
You're almost there.
I'm hoping it does. Later. Welcome back to Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. My voice is a little rough today, so I started out the show at Ian's suggestion, drinking the whiskey.
I would like to mention that craft beers, hand-rolled cigars, and fine whiskey, but an honorable mention goes to the peanut butter pretzels.
Oh, the
That are
peanut
in
butter
the studio as well.
pretzels. Yes. Yeah. Can you imagine how drunk we would be without the peanut butter
Peanut
pretzels?
butter pretzels.
I just mentioned it as a, take care of yourself, kids. You know,
I'm just
get some of
saying,
these.
Kirkland peanut butter pretzels, you can sponsor us if you want.
Yeah. Do you know that, by the way, that those $20 Kirkland jeans at Costco, they generate like $89 million of profit a year.
Really? I saw
it's
people looking at them the other day, like people looking at the clothes, and I thought, I need to go check those out.
It's
but
one of the most like lucrative items that Costco sells.
I had
Is
no
the
idea.
Kirkland jeans. And by the
Wow.
way, and we're going to do this on a future show because they've actually partnered with some decent craft breweries to come up with some Kirkland beers. So,
Really?
Yeah. So some of
wow.
what they're selling isn't. It's not like you remember when Walmart did it when they came out with those Walmart beers that were like so bad they apparently only lasted like a couple of weeks and then they took them off the market. Yeah. That's but apparently the Kirkland the Costco beers are people are talking about. They're
I mean,
buzzing.
but they're known for having good products. People
Yeah,
seem to like their different Kirkland products.
Their scotch was questionable at best.
Yeah. Well, but I'll say this. Their peanut butter pretzels are not questionable at all.
No, their peanut butter
Those things
peanut
are
butter
rocking.
pretzels take away all question marks.
You guys ready for drinking news?
Oh, let's see. Oh, do we have are we going to have a drink during? Oh, we're going to drink this.
yeah, we're drinking. Yeah.
Oh, but we are actually. We're going to have our last beer. So let me get that for you while you strum up the theme song. We're drinking news.
Oh, you want me to go now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. A Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
I had to take my gator to the vet.
drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all.
That was
By
a
the way-
fermata. I let that
Yeah,
ring.
I like that. It gave it
just a
it
little
let
bit
it
extra.
breathe. It was nice. By the way, that was my wife on the Gator to the
Yes.
Vet. She's lovely, and she's from apparently the backwoods of Arkansas.
I don't know. Why did she say it was such a Southeast
I don't know
Texas
because she
accent?
doesn't
It's
talk
funny.
like that. But I asked her. I said, "Will you say I'm going to record you on my phone? Will you say I had to take my gator to the vet?" And so she did. But somehow she wound up sounding like she'd been, raised
Man,
by
I will
Aunt
tell you.
Gertrude.
I will
out
tell
on
you,
the
a
farm.
deep Southeast Texas accent will bowl you over. It is.
It can be pretty sexy if that's what you're talking about.
No,
No,
no, no. We're talking about Southeast Texas, east.
okay.
I'm sorry, the west end of Louisiana. Like this
Well,
is.
listen, I grew
it's,
up in Texas, and I always kind of made fun of that, Texas drawl, right? But then I moved up to like New England.
Oh, this is no.
And
no,
after
this,
listening to their accents there, I came back and said, "Boy, the Southern drawl is sexy."
the Southern drawl is, but the Southeast Texas accent takes that to a cartoonish level.
ridiculously
That, yeah, it
cartoonish
doesn't.
level. Yeah.
It doesn't translate
You
well.
want
It makes
to
it,
show us an example?
no, but if you
So I'm
have
glad
a
we
very,
brought this up.
if you have a very deep Southeast Texas accent, you can be brilliant,
Yeah.
but you don't sound like it.
Oh, I totally get it. That's just like if you are British. If you have a British accent, you can be a complete moron but sound like a genius.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's just something about it.
That's right.
There's something about it.
This
Well,
is opposite effect there, yeah.
crazily enough, we actually did already the intro song for Drinking News, so I suppose I should get to it here.
This show will be known as the Tangent Show.
Yeah, because there's no tangents on any of our other programs.
none at all. None at all.
Before we get to today's main
This
story
one is
on Drinking
particularly
News.
tangential, though.
Before we get to today's main story on Drinking News, I just want to talk for a moment about tipping. That thing
Like
that you
cow
do.
tipping?
Yeah, that thing you do when the bartender or waitress brings you a drink.
Oh, that's different than
The
cow
amount
tipping.
that you add to your restaurant bill right after you've congratulated yourself on getting out of there without spending more than $100, only to realize that, oops, once I tipped, I totally did. But let's face it, that Big Mac was really good.
That's right. That's right.
So, what are you going to do? Tipping has been in the news quite a bit lately, as customers feel like they're being asked more and more to tip for things that were never considered tippable before. If I'm picking up my own food.
I don't tip for counter service.
If I'm picking up my own food and taking to the table myself from the ordering counter, why should I be asked to tip just so the owner of the sandwich shop can get away with paying his employees less? So I sympathize with those of you who don't understand why you should be expected to add 20% when you've used the self-checkout machine at the store.
Right.
But as someone who has worked in the service industry, and with many, many friends who do, I feel like we need to make sure we're not getting so ticked off about tipping that we fail to tip the people who do serve us and who do rely primarily on those tips to make their living. I mean, yes, absolutely. Tip your bartenders and waitresses.
Yes.
I'll be here all weekend. Tip the bellman who brings your luggage up to your hotel room. Tip your Uber drivers. Tip the valet who brings your car, even though there were plenty of empty spaces where you could have parked for free. Just do it. Just tip them. And tip your food delivery people, too. Grubhub, Uber Eats, and so on. And yes, even though I've had so many problems with DoorDash that I don't use them anymore, none of that was ever the driver's fault. And the driver still needs to be tipped. But drivers, if somebody places a big order and it doesn't tip you, don't be like 59-year-old Robert Delahunt, who was so mad at getting stiffed on a $100 DoorDash order that he went back to the customer's home the next day to demand a gratuity with a loaded gun.
Oh, there you go.
Because, Florida.
Yeah, that's how that
Actually, I don't
works.
think it was in Florida, but a 19-year-old Kiana Kornikov of Vancouver. That's where it was.
Vancouver, man.
You know,
She
they're
told-
usually pretty nice in Vancouver, too.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
She told police that Delahunt showed up at her door and was loud and mouthy. When the girl's father told Delahunt to leave, the two got into a scuffle, and Delahunt allegedly reached for his gun. Now, Kiana's
Oh,
father,
that's not a good idea.
Kiana's father told officers that her father grabbed the Delahunt gun and then pushed the man down onto the driveway, adding that he could, quote, smell liquor on the driver's breath.
Are they allowed to have guns in
think?
Canada?
Not necessarily a huge surprise there. I think they can, yeah.
Okay.
But they could always get him go.
I
If you're in
I think
Vancouver,
guns,
you can go across
guns
the
are
river.
relegated
exactly,
to
yeah.
only for hunting.
Yeah,
maybe.
Not necessarily a huge surprise. But anyway, when our tipless driver sped away in his Kia Soul, he called police to tell them that he'd gone back because he was cheated out of a tip and that they then pushed him and assaulted him. Now, police, after
Yeah.
Police, after reviewing doorbell cam footage, charged Delahunt with assault, harassment, and driving under the influence since his blood alcohol level was measured more than twice the legal limit. Turns out the man also had a prior conviction for DUI. So two things here.
This is a little bit like calling the police to arrest your dealer who ripped you off.
Yeah, exactly. Two things here. Whenever I order food from a food delivery service, I always have to tip when I make the order. So how did they stiff him, right? I always figure if I don't tip when I make the order, no driver's going to want to pick it up. I wouldn't if I worked
Well,
there.
I think on some of them, like I use Uber Eats sometimes, and Uber Eats, I believe, gives you a chance at the end to add a tip or stuff. So you get your chance up front, like Domino's. I ordered this weekend; you have to do it up front. But Uber Eats, I think, is one.
Well,
that
I
gives
was
you a
going to
chance
say
after.
I could be like the Uber scam that everyone does, where they get in the back seat and they're chatting with the Uber driver, but they cancel their ride,
oh, right.
and the Uber
yeah.
driver doesn't get paid.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I was watching a video of some of those.
But listen, apart from that first issue, my second question is, how do you get a job for DoorDash if you have a DUI on your record?
Yeah.
Do they
on
not
record?
check these things? I mean, I understand if it was like an office position or something.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not trying to keep people from working. But driving is what you're going to be doing for the job. Anyway, tip your food delivery driver because they deserve it. They may need it because they're still paying off the loan they took out to pay their DUI fine. But also, tip them so they don't show up at your place with a gun the next day. I think we can all agree on that. But that's not even our main story on today's Drinking News. Today's main story takes us back a few years for
Long time to get to the real story.
it's for a quick tale about why planning is so important, even if, and maybe especially if, you're going to commit a crime. It's the story of an Oregon man.
Ooh.
Oregon man.
I like that you changed that up.
I had to put it different.
Oregon didn't feel like it should have the same thing as Florida.
No.
You know,
I've heard they have a lot of meth labs that explode. So
It's an Oregon man named Derek Mosley who decided that since he was tough looking and a menacing kind of guy, that
Did he have a handlebar mustache?
all he needed to rob a store in Portland was his large stature and a baseball bat.
Wow.
Mosley walked into the store, smashed a display case with his bat, and demanded money. But as it turns out, he didn't wind up getting any. Because the store that he chose to rob with his baseball bat
Oh, tell me it was like an
Collector's
academy.
firearm.
was a little shop called Discount Gun Sales. Yeah, the man behind the counter drew his gun and pointed it right at Mosley's head, keeping the stupid criminal in his sights until police arrived.
Wow.
Clearly, our Oregon man suffered from a serious lack of planning, and it had to be pretty embarrassing for him if you think about it. You know?
Wow.
I mean, a little pre-planning can prevent you from some of the more embarrassing moments in life, but you've got to plan a little better first.
Speaking of a little pre-planning, am I the only person that keeps? Oh, never mind. I was going to talk about the never mind.
What?
It's not worth it. Let it go.
With this in mind, the fact that planning a little better first is a good idea. Our crack team of writers here at Drinking News have put together a list of just a few examples of how a little pre-planning could have helped you avoid a very embarrassing situation.
Wow.
Yeah. So this will be a top 5 list. The top 5 times that A little pre-planning could have helped you avoid a very embarrassing situation. Number 5, if the cops pull you over for speeding and erratic driving, and when they approach your car, they can hear Eric Clapton's Cocaine blasting from your stereo at full volume. That was good. And I didn't even tell you that was coming.
Amazing.
So you did. Very good.
Amazing.
Number 4, your wife asks if this outfit makes her look fat, and without thinking, you reply, a little. Yeah. Number 3.
I think I have a sound effect for what happens after that.
Number 3, yeah, and it's not the squeaking of the bed springs, is it? No. Yeah. Number 3, you're an extremely talented rapper, producer, and musician, and you post on social media that you like Hitler. Thanks to Kanye for that one.
The fact that that's real.
Thought you were going to lay me out something from 808s and Heartbreaks there. I was waiting.
That's real.
That would have been a tall
My friend
order.
has pictures of his kids.
Number 2.
There's a song on there.
Number 2, you let your new girlfriend borrow your phone before you realize that you haven't deleted the nudes of your old girlfriend from your pictures app. Has it not happened to us all? And the number 1 situation where a little pre-planning could have gone a long way to help you avoid embarrassment. Number 1, your date invites you up to her place after going out for chili dogs, and you realize you forgot to bring your Beano. Reporting live from Discount Gun Sales in Portland, where there's a guy in here that looks really suspicious, and he's holding a butter knife. I better do something. My name is Cruz, and that is your...
Drinking news, drinking news. That's our time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all. So if I was in Barry White's band, I could still be performing tonight, but if I was in the Bee Gees, forget it. Yeah, just saying. Stuff happens. Ian, we've only got a moment left, so I'm sure we'll talk more about this in the final segment. But tell me a little bit about your Morning Wood. No, wait, let me rephrase that. Tell me a little bit about the beer that you're drinking here, which is, I believe, an Imperial
Morning
Stout.
Timber.
Yeah, Morning Timber, yes.
This is a breakfast stout coming in at 8% alcohol.
Oh, it's a breakfast. Okay.
It's a breakfast stout.
Coconut latte is the flavor that they're going
good.
for.
I was going to say,
Coconut is
I am
big in here.
tasting coconut. Mostly coconut, little coffee, mostly
I'm
coconut.
tasting so much coconut that I think I'm tasting pineapple, but I don't think the pineapple's actually there.
No, I'm just, it's coconutty.
They managed to keep it coconut without being suntan oil, so that's...
Right. It's not suntan oil, but it's also not quite like German chocolate cake. Like, I'm not getting the chocolatiness at all.
Seems like it's got little chunks in it. Little chunk style.
It's possible.
Ian loves chunky
Little
beer.
chunk style, yeah,
You should
it
know
is.
Ian loves chunky beer.
Nothing wrong with chewing your beer.
Yeah, it's chunk style.
I feel like if you don't chew your beer, you don't earn it.
The beer you eat with
You
a
know,
fork.
if you're Campbell's, you charge more for the chunky soup than you do for the non-chunky. So
That's right.
maybe they should do that with beer. This beer would be like $7.99 a can. With chunks, $13.99.
With chunks.
I like it though. It's got a lot of vanilla to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly coconut. Man, it's really good coconut,
Not a lot of
too.
information on the can.
All right, I think I just got an actual piece of coconut.
I'm telling you,
serious.
it's
I think
got,
I did.
I have drank like 3 or 4 chunks, and I'm looking at it, and I can see chunks. If you hold it up to the light, you can see chunks.
The first time, perhaps, that that's ever been described. The coconut has ever been described as chunks. Yeah.
Coconut chunks.
All right, we have to take a break. We'll be back for our final segment. This is Smoking and Toasting, show number 443. Wonderful. Welcome back at Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We love all of those things. I am, playing injured this week because my voice is not there, not where it usually is. But thank you guys for suffering through all of this with us. We do actually appreciate it. It's a good thing.
My advice to drink whiskey earlier for your voice didn't really pan out because your voice didn't really get any better.
But I got friendlier. Though,
But your attitude.
Yeah, my attitude got way better.
Your attitude improved by
Yeah, at
leaps
the
and
beginning
bounds.
of the show, I was like, "The hell with you guys."
And that's why we eat at tchotchkes. Attitude and atmosphere.
That's right. That's what it's supposed to be like. That's what it's supposed to be like. Ian, final thoughts on this Rittenhouse rye here?
Especially since we went back and my pricing was wrong and realized this is under $30 a bottle. Yeah, just buy this.
Yeah.
Just
Put it on
buy
your
it,
shelf.
yeah.
It's one of the spicier whiskeys you're going to have, but cinnamon spicy. If you like cinnamon, buy this. If you like a spicy whiskey drink, buy this. Can you imagine a whiskey sour with this? Would be great.
Yeah. And, even if you're not really into spicier whiskeys, it's a good idea to have one of these in your bar. You will have a guest at some point that says, hey, you got any, like, a good rye,
yeah.
or you got anything nice and spicy, and you'll be able to go, oh,
That's
boy,
the thing about rye drinkers. You only need one good rye,
Right.
right?
And this one's still going to be cheaper than Whistle Pig. So
Anything whistle. You said Whistle Pig enough times. We probably owe them more money than this bottle
those
costs.
guys. I mean, I got to hand it to them. They made some damn good whiskey, and they realized how good it was and what they could charge for it. And more
they're
power to
charging
them.
for it.
Yeah, more power to them. But I still like the guys that haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at you, docs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Ian, anything exciting you want to talk about? We have coming up for the show.
Well, speaking of Docs, we got him coming up next month.
That's going to be exciting. We haven't had Docs on the show in a while, and he is, of course, with Planta Ray Rum, and he is one of our favorite guests just because he's awesome.
That's later this month, actually.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
It's
That's
just a
later this
couple
month,
weeks
just a
from
couple
now.
weeks
I
from
thought
now.
it was
well,
coming up.
I couldn't remember what month it is. He called it August earlier. Now it's actually July. I had to look it up and check to just see because
Yeah, but it is actually August now. You're incorrect, sir. This is why you're so confused.
Breaking the fourth wall here, guys.
It's August.
it is August right now. It's just
Yeah.
August all summer.
Just depending
August.
on when you hear the show, it's either the 1st or 2nd of August.
Yes, exactly.
Because some of the shows
Yeah.
Some of the shows air on the
I forgot
Friday
about
at some
that.
of our stations.
Yeah.
Some of the shows air on a Saturday.
That's why you said
That
it's
was why I
actually
said
August.
at
right.
the beginning of the show, hey, by the way, the show's an August show.
The
Listen,
fact that
it's-
I'm going
it's-
to WWE Monday Night Raw in Houston,
all
Texas
beginning.
tonight doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything if
Right.
anyone knows what
It's
day that
all
was.
beginning to make sense. Okay.
Yeah.
It
By
doesn't
the
actually
way,
make sense here. Okay, so coming up, Doc's on the 11th.
nice. That's in a couple weeks.
That's good.
No, sorry, that's a Monday. The week of the 11th.
Yeah, right. The week of the 11th.
The week of the
Monday
4th,
the 11th is when we'll record
The
one.
week of next week, we're gonna have a buddy of mine in, named Daniel, and he's gonna take us through some of his homebrew.
Oh, nice. A homebrew show.
show.
We've
And
never done a
he
homebrew show, so I'm
makes-
excited.
He makes a Belgian ale that's so good, Belgian double that's so good.
I love it.
The week after that, the week of the 18th, we've got David Skinner is going to be back again.
Oh,
but
Chef
we're going
David
to be
Skinner was on with us just a week
yeah,
or two
just
ago.
just a couple weeks ago, and the fun thing about that is we're going to be at his place next time.
That's gonna be fancy.
I'm loving this.
That's gonna be fancy.
So,
Because he is like, he's not just a chef. Like
Yeah.
he's like a chef.
Yeah.
A chef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's for real.
yeah.
But speaking of
So,
chef, I want to tell you something about a show I'm watching. But go ahead.
And anyway, I believe that we may even be able to have some cigars on that show. That's gonna be fun.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, he was pretty open to that.
And I don't have the 25th booked yet, but or the week of the 25th booked yet. But I'm hoping to get maybe Tierra Noble.
Oh,
in,
nice. That'd be fun.
Their master
Thank you.
distiller if he's in town.
Love that.
And I got some other stuff. Just
So the rest of this
looking at
month,
muscle.
August, is shaping up nicely.
yes, it looks
Love
great.
it. Absolutely love it. I just wanted to mention, by the way, that
I
everybody.
like that you're just enjoying your voice going.
I'm totally fine with it. In fact, again, like I said, I can't wait to get done with the show and call my wife and like, hey, babe, how's it going for you this afternoon?
Suddenly, Cruz sounds like Common.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Common. Does that guy have the coolest voice
That
in
guy's
the
voice.
world?
I mean, that's why.
My God.
That's why I'm not the only one that's noticed. Apparently.
Oh man, he is. Anytime he's in, I will watch anything he's in. Speaking of watching things, and you were mentioning chefs earlier, I have never watched, but people have been on me to start watching The Bear, so I finally did. So there's like 3 seasons out, and now
Wait,
the
are you
4th
talking about
airing.
Cocaine Bear? Didn't that
No,
just
no,
come
not
out?
Cocaine
no.
Bear. The Bear,
I still
which
want to
is
see
on
that.
FX.
I never saw that.
The Bear, which is on FX. So it's
Okay.
about a guy who's a chef, and he's been like this, really decorated chef and stuff. But his brother owns this sort of greasy diner in Chicago, and his brother passes away, leaves the diner to him. So he comes back from his, the snooty restaurant in Pittsburgh or New York or wherever he was, and comes back and tries. So now he's trying to the diner's like almost bankrupt and all this stuff. So he's trying to bring it up, right? So he's doing all this stuff in the kitchen. But the whole reason I bring it up is that I really appreciate when shows go that extra mile to come across as being very authentic. And The Bear, in I think episode 2, season 1, did that in a way that impressed me so much because the lead character and one of the other guys, they head out the back door of the restaurant to have an argument in the parking lot, right? And they're like talking to each other, and I look up, and behind them there's a billboard on the building that's next door to them, and it's a billboard for Malort. And I'm like, you know what? They are keeping it real on this show, The Bear, and I'm gonna watch all the rest of the episodes because I appreciate. Because if it's in Chicago now. I mean, that could have been a billboard for anything. It could have been a billboard for Bud Light. It could have been whatever. I'm sure Budweiser would have paid.
Hand-rolled cigars, whiskey, and Malort.
Right.
That's what this show is about.
Yeah, that's just right. So, but Malort is just the Chicago thing. If you guys have any friends from Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. They will not renounce Malort.
Those people are called Malortists.
Malortists?
Malortists.
The Malortist cult. They wear robes and they walk around drinking really horrible spirits, and
One
it's,
shot at a time.
Yeah, and it's a crime against humanity.
It's the only drink, I'm going to put it this way, it's the only drink on this show that I've ever been told, no, just shoot it. When we had it that one time at Final Draft and we did it, and everybody's like, oh, no, I don't like to. I sip. And on this one, I said, you just drink it or shoot it. And everybody at the same time, just shoot it. Just shoot it.
Oh, God. That's so incredibly true. I want to thank you guys for putting up with my voice this week. I'm sure it'll be much better by next week. But
I can't work like this.
Thank you for putting up with it, and thank you for being with us for 443 episodes. Next show is 444. We're going to call it the Fantastic
Do you
Four.
know what that number means? I have no idea.
Now I have to pay Marvel.
Oh, jeez.
Have a wonderful week, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And as we like to say at the end of the show, cheers y'all. Only this week I say it like, cheers, y'all.
Ooh.
I'm a Libra.